if this isn't the clash of the titans in the 2023 ODI World Cup, then I don't know what is. Second and third spot holders who are at those positions on the points table, not just by virtue of the points they have secured so far, but also because of their hefty run rates. Many are likening this to a probable semi-final clash when the second-place South Africa go up against the third-seeded New Zealand at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Pune in just a short while from now. Different sport, but this could also be likened to the rugby finals that both the teams partook in only as recently as this Sunday. Well, buoyant from that final win and after 5 massive wins in the World Cup so far, which is the Cricket World Cup, barring that one loss to Netherlands, will the Proteas clinch this match today when they take on the Kiwis, who have had quite a stellar record of their own so far, with 4 big wins on the trot and only 2 losses. Welcome to WION World of Cricket. I am Esha Hanspal, and to make perfect sense of all that I just spoke about, with me in the studios is Mr. Dav Whatmore. Dav, as we just saw, New Zealand have won the toss and elected to field first, a choice that you're not very often too fond of.
No, because of the statistics during the best part of this tournament. But I do know that New Zealand like to chase. They've got what they wished for. Let's hope they can keep it to a total, unlike the Australian total of nearly, 400 required. Should be a lot less than that if they want to win today.
Can we also compare and contrast this to South Africa's chasing abilities, which are often in question? Lucky then that they don't have to do that today?
Yes, I think so. They aren't the greatest chasing team, and I'm sure they would have preferred to have batted anyway. The captain did in fact say at the toss that if he had have won it, they would have batted first, and they're much better team batting first. But I know New Zealand also like to chase. And despite them, asking a huge score against Australia, they were 5 runs short. So, I've looked at this in many angles, and it's just very, very close, difficult to predict.
Can we quickly take a look at your playing 11 first, Dav? Because we are waiting on the playing 11s to be...
I got it right.
Yes? Oh,
I got
all
it
of
right.
them, is it?
I know the playing 11s, and my 11 both
perfect.
is correct. Yeah, there was one change from either side. That Tim Southey comes in.
Yes.
Lockie Ferguson had a little niggle, or not niggle, he had a problem with his Achilles, so he's out. So one bowler for another, and the same with the South Africans as well. So
okay. So can we play your 11 first? And I'm pretty sure our team is getting
there we go.
The actual playing 11s ready. So this is Dav's playing 11. This is for New Zealand. The regular suspects are all there.
Yes, it is, yeah.
You just have one change, and Jimmy Neesham still maintains his pace
because of the ground. It doesn't require another spinner. So Jimmy Neesham, who did very well last game with the bat, he holds his place, and you can see Tim Southey comes in, very experienced bowler. He's been very patient.
Yeah, he's been awaited.
Very patient, waiting to come in, and he's finally got a chance. And they'll need him, bowling to a South African team that really prefers to bat first. Again, a very good side, and a side. Okay, they've lost the last 2, but they've been very competitive. South Africa's lost 1, but got hammered against a lowly Netherlands.
But also, Dav, that does look like an aberration, doesn't it? It looks like an anomaly. You wouldn't expect South Africa to lose to Netherlands, but they went ahead and they did that, and it can truly be deemed as an upset. But what happened in New Zealand's case is that they lost 2 games to heavyweights like India and Australia, and that could be a marker for something that one can read deeper into.
Could do, except the last 5 times these two played each other, New Zealand won.
Yeah.
The last 5 in World Cups.
Yeah.
So the statistics also are leaning towards the team in black.
Are we inching towards the C word?
Yeah.
The choke.
Well, they're bowling second, so let's see. They generally choke with the bat, so let's see how they go. But it's going to be a crackerjack match, really. We've had some beauties in the last couple of weeks, and this one promises to be just as good, Esha.
If South Africa were to take lessons from the previous game that they played against Pakistan, what should they avoid doing today? Because they are up against a heavyweight like New Zealand.
Well, the first thing they should take note is they got it right. They're batting first, not batting second. Yeah, look, whether you bat first or second, they seem to, to approach it differently. But certainly, you need heavy scorers, and you cannot be losing wickets regularly, which was the case against Pakistan, and they were very, I'd say, lucky to win that in the end, but they still won it, and good luck to them. They won a game chasing. Now they've got, much stiffer opposition, and this side is also very good with one change. Tabraiz Shamsi is out, and of course the great Kagiso Rabada takes his place in the team. So again, 4 fast bowlers, a spinner, same as New Zealand. They've got players who are topping the batting charts. They've got bowlers who are up there in the bowling charts, same as New Zealand.
So you had Shamsi in your list?
No, I didn't. No, I had Rabada in Shamsi out, simply because of the conditions at the ground in Pune. Because that wicket and that ground always favours more the pace bowlers than the spinners.
Yeah. And there was no way you would have sat out in Giri and still played a Shamsi? No,
you need 4. I think you need 4 pace bowlers, and that's what they've got.
Given the conditions there.
Because of the conditions, that dictates everything. Shamsi, a good player, no question. He came in Chennai because of the conditions dictated that.
Very instrumental.
Yeah, very good. And same with Noor Ahmed. Right? Afghanistan took 3 wickets, really instrumental in their win.
Yeah.
But didn't play the next game because the conditions dictated that.
Yeah.
Same here. This one.
What are the key battles that we can look at, Dav, today?
Oh, okay.
Because this is going to be a cracker of a contest.
Oh, yes. Yeah, look, I had Ravindra, who's been, a real sensation for New Zealand.
Yeah.
He's been a terrific find for them. He's emerged as a real, star for the future. So they'll need to watch him at cut number 3. Kagiso Rabada generally holds back and comes in first change. So I expect him to be Rabada to be bowling to Ravindra under lights too. So these Kiwi guys must be really confident chasing under lights because they've done it again by choice. So it'll be a good battle. This one here, Daryl Mitchell, also a very, very good player. Came off another 50 last game.
Yeah. Very important 50.
Yeah, chasing a big score. So as a middle order player, I'm sure he's going to come across some left arm spin.
Yeah.
Now that's not going to help too much in that Pune wicket, but he'll have a job to do. He'll have a job to either, at least to keep it tight, and hope that this guy he gets frustrated and makes a mistake in judgment.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the South Africans are second on the table, so I've got 3 of those batsmen to look at. Obviously, Quinton de Kock is number 1. He's the leading run scorer in this tournament. He will face Trent Boult, who is not having the best of tournaments. But he will take the new ball, and it will be a battle early on. One that probably de Kock is looking forward to because he hasn't dismissed him too many times.
Well, this is a
Klaasen,
big one.
yeah, this is another beauty too. Klaasen batting first is a real threat. And this fella Santner, who is equal, no, he's not the equal leader. He's right up the top of the wicket-taking column. He'll have to dig deep to vary his pace. He hasn't got too many, different types of deliveries, but he varies his pace and line beautifully. So he has to, again, make it really difficult for Klaasen, who's a class act. Pardon the pun.
I'm really looking forward to that, actually.
All right, here we go. Tim Southey. Tim Southey.
Finally there.
Yeah, in the middle overs and a little bit in the death. He's incredibly good with his variations. And David Miller, who loves to, clear the boundary and accelerate the run rate, which is required to do in part of his job. This will be a wonderful battle for me. To see Southey come in, he even got the knuckleball perfected now. To see him, deliver these variations in the hope of completely confusing batsmen, and David Miller's one of them, in order to keep that total to a manageable amount. so they can chase the score and win the game. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got one more of it. No, that's it. That's the 5 battles.
Big ones.
Yeah, very, very good. And I'll tell you, all the teams below the 4 will be absolutely hoping and praying that South Africa win the game. Because then the table...
Could you just explain the math there? If you can just fire up the points table as well.
Yeah.
And they are already placed on the 2nd spot. And you'd still rather them be winning.
It's more that if New Zealand lose the game, New Zealand lose the game, they remain on 8.
Yeah.
And Pakistan and Afghanistan have a little more of a lifeline.
Yeah, they do.
But New Zealand play Pakistan next match.
So the next fixtures are...
New Zealand play
New
Pakistan
Zealand
and Sri
play
Lanka.
Pakistan on November 4th in Bengaluru.
And the morning game, it's a day game. It's a double header.
Yes, it is a day game. And then they play Sri Lanka in
also
Bengaluru.
in Bengaluru as well, a day night. So, if they lose today, it's in their hands.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one thing that New Zealand can say. Not so Pakistan. It's not in their hands. So let's see what happens today. Same with Afghanistan.
So if they lose today, they still have 2 relatively easier games, you'd say?
Well,
Yeah, especially after the challenge that Pakistan gave to South Africa in the last game, you can't really say that.
No, they are improving, but New Zealand, to me, will still be in the semi-finals, as I've been saying right along. The positions may change, all right? So I feel that New Zealand, despite losing, if they lose today, I'm tipping them a little bit today. That's why I'm wearing black, and you're
and
wearing green.
I'm taking care of the other half of things.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, both of those teams on 6 points will be really hoping and praying that South Africa win, which will make it even more interesting. If New Zealand win, then it's very hard for anybody else to get into the top 4.
So if New Zealand win today, then you cannot possibly displace a South Africa or an Australia too. India, we're not even touching.
Well, Australia have to win as well, because they're also on, what are they on? 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12, 10, 8 and 8. But Australia also got a couple of relatively easy games.
Easier games, yes. So South Africa next play India and Afghanistan. What is the road looking like?
South Africa?
Yes.
Okay, South Africa play India. That's
India in Kolkata, Eden Gardens,
that's a
November
huge
5th.
match as well.
Afghanistan in Ahmedabad.
Okay, so if New Zealand win today, if South Africa win today, that match is for bragging rights, right? I don't think that'll make much of a difference if South Africa win today. So if South Africa don't win today, well, it really is interesting, isn't it? So we can project all sorts of different things, but I prefer to take one game at a time, and this one is an absolute beauty today. I'm expecting it to be really close, and we'll have a very late night tonight.
So your wish list is New Zealand?
Yes.
New Zealand to win today?
Yes.
But what's your prediction?
I'm tipping them. Well, wish list, I think, I'll look at both teams and I think, this New Zealand team, you know what you're going to get. South Africa, you also know to a point, they lost to Netherlands. You just never know. New Zealand...
And we just cannot shake that off, can we?
No, you can't, There will always be that little doubt, the question mark that gets smaller in your head, but it's potentially there.
So you've almost shaken off Afghanistan beating England, but one just cannot shake off Netherlands beating South Africa.
No, it could be any team.
Yeah.
It could be any team. It happened to be Netherlands, a lowly team.
But do we say that we have more doubt when it comes to South Africa? Because you just don't know sometimes what they do.
Exactly. We just need, a little bit more consistency over, in the next few years, to be honest with you, if you want to, get rid of that, the tag that they're known for. So, but along the way, they're doing things all right,
As has been the case in many World Cups.
Yes,
Okay.
Until the final, second final hurdle.
Do we expect fireworks from Temba Bavuma today, at least? Yeah.
Yeah, Diwali's coming soon, so he'll probably have a pocket full of fireworks there. He's got a chance.
With his bat, yes.
Yeah, he's got a chance, hasn't he? Like, the wicket's good. As I said, it's another nice sunny day. You know, you can see the ball, you can sight it good. I think the wicket's going to be trustworthy. Bounce looks like being even. It's cracked though. We've got some longitudinal cracks in it, which probably, as the pitch report suggested, might be a little bit slow. Maybe a touch too pace, but generally good for batting. So he's got a chance along with his mates. All the South Africans, they probably be lining up.
We've been expecting him to score big runs, but he hasn't really done that so far.
No, he hasn't. He's let himself down a bit. Sadly, the guy that's having to, you know, step out for him is Reza Hendricks.
I was just about to ask you about him.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then that happens in cricket. You know, you go into this World Cup in the squad with your eyes open. You should know, you know, what your role will be. He's there to cover anything happens to the openers.
I asked you in the last game as well, before they took on Pakistan, if Reza Hendricks should have played instead of Bavuma, and you said yes, he should have. So would you say the same thing today as well?
Yes,
okay.
I do. Yeah, but you know that doesn't happen, and he should understand that. Everyone's have their roles. You will always have a specialist. Replacement in any of these specialist roles, like opening batsman, maybe a fast bowler, maybe one spinner, so you cover the bases.
So your prediction is still New Zealand for today?
In a close game.
And a close game, okay. Even if they win it by a whisker, win it they will, is your prediction.
With South Africa, with New Zealand, you know what you're going to get. You're in a fight.
Yeah.
They will not give up.
Yeah.
Chasing 400 for victory, 5 runs short. They will not. They just won't give up.
But so, also South Africa has posted 300 plus totals in the last 6 or 7 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
and they are batting first today.
Yeah, and they posted a huge one in the semi-final against New Zealand and got beaten there too. So you know they'll be keen to put that right as well. But that's the way it is. They were bowling second, just as it was in that game.
Okay, Dav, on that note, let's take some comments and questions that we've been getting for you.
What do the viewers think? Who's going to win?
We shall find that out soon. Okay, let's take the first one from Dakota, who says, New Zealand team missing Kane Williamson like never before. Do you agree with her?
Oh.
We discussed this in one of our previous episodes as well. Is Kane Williamson really being missed? In fact, I asked you that.
Look, I think, I think so. The short answer is yes. They're not suffered heavy defeats because of him, though.
Yeah.
But he may have been just the ticket needed to turn those 2 narrow losses into wins. Could have been. We don't know. But certainly, what a player to come back in. I mean, he's the
confidence.
Oh yeah. It's and as I said, it's that area which is difficult to measure when you've got an experienced person in that 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't put numbers to those. Okay. Yeah. Johnny says New Zealand team is the only non-Asian team to be comfortable on Indian pitches, and South Africa seems to have gotten a clue. So New Zealand do look comfortable on Indian pitches.
Yeah.
We saw that at the onset of the tournament.
Yeah, and South Africans also comfortable batting first. And that's what you've got. You've got a game today where both teams are happy in what they're doing. And South Africans got a great bowling attack, you know, and particularly under lights. I hope New Zealand know what they're doing because they've picked up a lot of... They're the most... they're the best bowling team in this competition in terms of their strike rate. You know, 24 balls per wicket. And their economy is also very, the amount of wickets they picked up. I think 44, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're leading. So good. Very good team.
Okay, Bahubali says... a big match today for New Zealand after back-to-back losses against India and Australia. On the other hand, South Africa won the thriller against Pakistan by 1 wicket. It would be one of the best matches in the World Cup, hopefully.
Yeah, look, as we're going along, you know, it takes on a bit more stronger meaning to all these games, particularly more for New Zealand because they're a game below them. you know. And also, as I said, it means so much to Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Yeah.
To see, they'll be sitting on the edge of their seats watching this game, no question. They would have done their preparation in the morning so they can watch it in the afternoon.
Zulfikar says, Kiwis won the toss and decide to bowl first. Bad decision against South Africa, who struggle while chasing.
Yeah, on the surface, sure.
Yeah.
But New Zealand also like to chase.
Yeah.
You know, and I've got here also, you know, batting first is an advantage. South Africa had 300 plus runs in the last 7 games where they batted first. So they must know that. They must be prepared. We're happy to chase 300 plus.
They trust their abilities more than they trust the opposition.
But we're going to work hard not to give you 300, but if you happen to get it, then we trust that we can get 1 run more.
Yeah.
Just like Australia. Australia won the toss though, they batted.
Yeah.
But New Zealand won their toss today, and they're indirectly saying, you get what you want. We're going to work hard to keep you down there, but we're going to get more runs than you.
So at the outset, this is an indication of a certain level of confidence, you'd say, and not just perhaps
a confidence,
misassessing the conditions.
Yeah, a confidence of well,
in their
I think
ability.
If the wicket certainly is going to deteriorate, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't win the toss and bowl first and bat on a difficult surface. But you know, the confidence in how they approach chasing a score.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sheikh from Peshawar says entire Pakistan is with South Africa today. Sajjad from Lahore says for this Halloween we are dressed up as South Africa fan.
Yeah. See, I told you.
Hamza says there is a different shade of green for every Pakistan fan today. What is about this resounding support for South Africa in Pakistan?
Because it opens the door a little bit more. You know, the door is opening a little bit, and there's a better chance for either of those two teams to sneak in there. But it might be a false, false dawn.
Also move on from the last defeat against them and still expect them to.
Yeah.
That's
still in the back of your mind, isn't
smart,
it? You know?
Yeah.
We were robbed.
Okay, Seher Yarja says South Africa is the best for now. South Africa will win the game. Okay.
Well, he would think that. A lot of people would
prediction.
think that too. Yeah.
Supporting South Africa today, but then South Africa hasn't beaten New Zealand since 2002 World Cup. That's from Ahmad.
Yeah, last 5
history
matches, including that one in Auckland in the semi-final, where really they were a bit stiff to lose that South Africa, but these certain things contrive, to work against you.
Okay, very quickly, we'll just go through all the poll questions that we have been asking, and then we have to get back to the match. It's going to be a cracker of a contest. The first one will be, what will be the first innings total? Less than 100, between 100, 200, between 200 and 300, above 300.
I think between 2 and 3.
Yes, that gets the maximum number of votes, also above 300. So equal number of votes for both these options. Surprisingly, less than 100 is on the third spot with 8.7%, and between 100 to 200 is the last option people have chosen. Everyone loves dramatics, don't they? Less than 100? Have we really seen that so far in the World Cup? No,
Never.
we haven't. But they're still hoping for it. I remember the other day we also conducted this poll where I think less than 100 was what everyone voted for. And, okay. Who will be New Zealand's top bowler against England? Mitchell Santner, Matt Henry, Trent Boult.
Of those 3, Henry.
Oh, Santner gets 55.2% votes, highest. Then gets Trent Boult, 24.1, Matt Henry, 20.7.
I'm going on the stats for who gets more wickets. It's pace, and I'm going for Henry because he's having a better series of games than Boult. He can turn it around though. Bolt's a good player. Yep.
Okay, who will be the top scorer of the match? Quinton de Kock, Henrik Klaassen, Klassen, Rachin Ravindra or Daryl Mitchell?
Ooh. Between de Kock and Ravindra. And I'll go with de Kock. High scorer, lose the match.
Okay, so Rachin Ravindra gets the most number of votes, 42.9, but following close behind is Quinton de Kock with 35.7, and then you have Klassen and Daryl Mitchell following that. Who will win the match in Pune? I always love this question. Who will win the match? So New Zealand, South Africa. I beg your pardon?
You know what I think.
Yeah, I know what you think. And our viewers also think like you, Dav, because New Zealand gets 58.2% votes. South Africa get 41.8%.
It's close still, isn't it?
Yes.
Close.
That's still close. Okay, I think with that we should wrap today's proceedings and get back to the match. Dav Whatmore and it's me, Esha Hanspal, saying bye-bye, taking care of both sides of the things. Dav in black. You're wearing black, right? Okay, and I'm wearing green. I can't really say these are South Africa colors, but I just love the color, isn't it? Okay, that's it from us. We'll see you again. Bye.